Let us discuss about stability of coordination compounds. Now the term stability of a complex means whether the complex exists under suitable experimental conditions or not. Now the complex can be stored without any change for some time or for appreciable time. But when the term stability cannot be used in a general sense, cannot use this stability in a general sense because the complex may be quite stable in one reagent, but it may decompose immediately in presence of another reagent. So we can't use this stability term in general sense. There are two types of stability of the complexes are considered. One is thermodynamic stability and the kinetic stability. So this thermodynamic stability, it is the measure of extent of formation of complex. This is measure of the extent of formation of complex. Extent of formation of complex. Formation of complex. Under given set of conditions at equilibrium. So this equilibrium word is important here. At equilibrium. Okay. Now it depends upon the strength of the metal ligand bond in the complex. Stronger is the metal ligand bond. Stronger is the metal ligand bond. Stronger metal ligand bond. The higher will be thermodynamic stability. Higher will be thermodynamic stability of the complex. Stability of the complex. Okay. So this is about the thermodynamic stability. It deals with metal ligand bond energies, stability constants, metal ligand bond energies, stability constants, metal ligand bond energy. Whenever we talk in terms of thermodynamics, this energy term is very important there. Then, and to the thermodynamic variables also, like temperature, pressure, and so on. Thermodynamic variables. So how do this factor affect the stability of the complex? So this is about the thermodynamic stability. Other stability is kinetic stability. It is the measure of extent of formation of a complex at a given rate. At given rate. So when we talk in terms of rate of the formation of the complex, that is called as kinetic stability, which leads to equilibrium. At equilibrium. In such reaction, time factor plays a very important role. In kinetic sense, complexes are described in terms of inertness. Inertness. So complexes might be inert or labile complex. Or lability. What is this inert complex? Inertness means metal ligand bonds are not easily broken. Are not easily broken. And lability of the complex means these metal ligand bonds are easily broken. Are easily broken. So this is about the thermodynamic and kinetic stability of the complex or the coordination compound. Now stability of a complex in solution, because we are in most of the times we are discussing the aqueous solution. So stability of the complex in solution, it refers to the degree of dissociation between the two species involved in the state of equilibrium. So in solution and at equilibrium. So we'll be discussing stability of the complex in solution at equilibrium. So the magnitude of the equilibrium constant for the formation, what we call as the formation, that is the stability or the association, it can be quantitatively expressed the stability, means the magnitude of the equilibrium constant for the association. So when we say the association means there is a formation of the complex, association or formation of the complex at equilibrium. Okay. So you can express this quantitatively. If we have this reaction like this, metal, it is reacting with 4 ligands, its coordination number is 4. So you will get such a complex form Ml4 metal ion attached to 4 different ligands, or it may be the same ligand and so on. So larger the stability constant, so higher is the proportion of Ml4, that is the complex which is formed, exists in solution. It means that the stability constant value, if it is higher, then the proportion of this complex which is formed, it is also in higher range. So the free metal ions rarely exist in the solution, so that metal will usually be surrounded by solvent molecules. We are talking, as I told in the beginning only, we are talking in the solution. So there must be solvent molecules which will compete with the ligand molecules. And remember, this metal ligand complex formation, it always occurs in a stepwise, in different steps. So first what will happen, the solvent molecule, they come to near to this metal ion. Metal and solvent molecules, they come together, and these solvent molecules, they are further replaced by the ligand, and then the complex is formed. But generally the solvent molecules, we neglect this, we ignore this solvent molecules. Okay. So this is actually coordinate bond between the metal and ligand. It is a stepwise process. Like M plus L, if we want to form this Ml4 complex, so the first step at equilibrium, what will be the composition like this Ml. Then at second step Ml, this one, again it will react with one more ligand. Then it will form Ml2. Then this Ml2 plus one more again, it will give Ml3, isn't it? Then this Ml3 will again react with one more ligand to give Ml4, that is the desired complex. Now, for this particular, the first step, you can write the stability constant as K1 equals to concentration of ligand complex which is formed divided by the concentration of metal and the ligand, isn't it? For K2, you can write concentration of Ml2 divided by concentration of Ml into L. So whatever the terms here, it is on the right hand side, that is a product side, concentration of product divided by concentration of the reactants here. Then K3 you can write, for this K3, Ml3 divided by concentration of Ml2 into L. For K4 it would be concentration of Ml4 divided by concentration Ml3 into concentration L, isn't it? So what are these K1, K2, K3 and K4? These are the stepwise stability constants. So I'll write here K1, K2, K3 and K4. These are stepwise stability constants. stepwise stability constants. Okay. Now for this overall stability constant for this reaction, I'll write somewhere here. I wanted everything to be on the same slide. So for the overall stability constant for this reaction, here we started with this. So the overall stability constant, that is beta 4, equals to, it is denoted by beta, it will be equal to concentration of Ml4 divided by, right here, like this, concentration of M into concentration of L raised to 4, isn't it? So what is this? This is the overall stability constant. This is overall stability constant. Okay. So this beta 4 actually, what is this? This is the multiplication of all these stepwise stability constants. So you can write here beta 4. In general sense, you can write instead of beta 4, since there are 4 ligands here. So that is why I wrote here 4. So you can write the overall stability constant as beta n. N is number of ligands here. So this is overall stability constant. Okay, so that is the multiplication of all the stepwise stability constant K1 into K2 into K3 into K4, that will give you the overall stability constant. So higher the value of K, larger is the thermodynamic stability of the constant. So we are talking about how to find the stable nature of the complex. If the K value is higher, for example, this is given like this. You are getting this complex. This silver, it can form or the complex with a coordination number equals to 2. There are very few metal which has got coordination number 2, and silver is one of them. 10 raised to 18. Another reaction, if you have like this, CO3 plus NH3 cobalt complex, here it is, you are getting. So the K value for, if it is found to be 5 into 10 raised to 33. So looking at this, you can easily say that, say this is the higher value for K. So this, out of these two, this will be the more stable or more stable. Okay. Now, this is about the stability. Now, how do the factors, or what are the factors which affect the stability of the complex? The first one, factors affecting stability of the complex. And there are many MCQs based on this. We'll have to apply this to this concept to the MCQs which you will be solving. The first thing, that is the charge to size ratio of metal ion. What we call as the Irving-Williams order. This is also called as Irving-Williams order. They are arranged, these metal ions are arranged in a proper order to know the stability. Irving-Williams order. Now, what is this actually? This charge density, it will be equal to charge on metal ion. Charge on metal ion divided by radius of ion. Radius of ion, or the size of ion in short. Okay. Now, for this, if you have this thing like this, if you are given the metal ion like this, Cu2 plus, Ni2 plus, CO2 plus, Fe2 plus, Mn2 plus. Okay. So here, if you are asked which one will be the more stable, the complex formed by this, which will be the more stable. Now, each one of they are having the 2 plus charge. In each case, the charge is 2 plus. Okay. But the ionic size, now remember, here you can explain in other way also. If you are not aware about this radius and everything, this exact values are already known theoretically, but it is not just feasible to remember each and every value for this radius of this ion. So you can use the another thing that if the radius of the ion is more, charge density will be less. Means if this value which is at the denominator, if it is more, so obviously this will be the lower value, isn't it? And if this density is less, charge density, so the stability is also less. Remember. Now, how do we approach for such a problem? Now, you know that as the size decreases, now looking at this in this order, as the size decreases, stability increases. Stability increases. You remember this, yeah? Size of the ion, if it decreases, then the stability will increase. Now, why this is so? Because this charge density is affected by this. As I just told that if radius of ion is less, so charge density will be more, and vice versa. So looking at this, if you look at this, Mn, Fe, Co, Ni, Co2 plus. So if you go this way, what is happening from this end to this end? The size of the ion, it goes on decreasing because there is increase in the atomic number from this end to this end, isn't it? Means this copper ion will have less value for radius of copper ion compared to this manganese. So radius for this copper, if it is less, so this charge density value for this copper ion will be more, isn't it? That is why this copper complex CO2 plus will be more stable. Because charge density is more. Why charge density is more? Because radius of this ion is less. Remember. So radius is less means size is less or small. So as size decreases, stability increases. So this will be more stable and this manganese complex that will be less. So this is the one way, that is the charge to size ratio of the metal. It will affect the stability of the complex. Second, that is the nature of the ligand. Nature of the ligand. Nature of the ligand. Now, how easily the ligand donate its lone pair of electron to central metal ion. So, donation of electron to the metal ion, that is what we call as the basicity of the ligand. Basicity of the ligand. So, the ligand, those are stronger bases. Stronger bases. That is the ligands. They tend to form more stable complex. More stable complex. Okay. Third is chelation. Some people pronounce it as a chelation, but I do always pronounce it as a chelation. Chelation means polydentate ligand, that is a chelating ligands for more stable complexes than monodentate ligands. Means, like the ligands like C2O42 minus oxalate or even ethylene diamine and so on. There are many polydentate ligands. If such ligands are there in the complex, those will form more stable complexes because there is a ring formation and that ring gives extra stability to the complex compound. Okay. Now here, as we discussed that, one more thing, that is the electronegativity also. If I go to the another earlier one. Here we discuss about the charge density. If charge density is more, this metal ion will be complex formed by that particular metal ion will be more stable. On the same lines, electronegativity concept also will tell you that which complex is more stable. Now, in this case, that according to this electronegativity, I'll write in short, En means electronegativity. If electronegativity decreases, you know these periodic properties, electronegativity decreases, then size increases. I hope you know this, you remember this. Electronegativity values are decreasing, then size goes on increasing. Okay, and vice versa. If size decreases, then electronegativity increases. So what does it mean? The metal ion which is more electronegative, metal ion, if it is more electronegative than the other one, so it will attract ligand more towards it and the complex will be more stable. More stable. So electronegativity concept also decides the stability of the complex. Okay. Now, one by one, we will try to solve or apply this concept, whatever A, B, C points I just discussed, by taking some simple examples. Suppose you have these complexes like this, and you are asked to find which one is more stable. So you can easily apply the concept, whatever just discussed just now. Now, if you have got this pair of complex, now out of this FeNH36 with Fe3 plus, it would be more stable because the charge on Fe, in this case, it is more, it is 3 plus. So this will be more stable. Okay. This is the easiest way to know which one is more stable. The condition is that we are deciding the stability in terms of the charge of the complex or the charge on the metal ion. And since in both the cases this is same, here it is 2 plus, here it is 3 plus. And the ligands are also same here. So we just have to look for the charges on them. Here it is 2 plus, here it is 3 plus. So more the charge on the metal ion, it would be more stable. If you get such a pair like this, CONH36 3 plus and another like this, COEN, ethylene diamine 3 plus. Okay, so in such cases, here this is bidentate ligand, so this will be more stable than this one because it forms a chelate. So this is more stable due to chelation. This complex more stable. This ammonia, it is a unidentate ligand. Now the next example, if you discuss with by taking some examples, so this concept will be more clear to you. Like among the following, the most stable complexes, you are given 4 different options like this. A, suppose Fe H2O6 3 plus. B option, that is Fe NH3, all octahedral complexes are there. C option is Fe C2O4 tries 3 minus. Now, which one is more stable? Now, looking at the fourth option, you can give one more. I can write FeCl6. Now, if you look at this one by one, here, all these are unidentate ligands, while this C2O4, this is the bidentate ligand. So, obviously, this will be more stable due to chelation. Okay. This is again simple example. Another thing, you can take pair of complexes like this. CuNH3 4 2 plus. Another you can take Cu NH2 NH2. NH2 NH2 means hydrazine. 2 plus. Then third example, you can take NH2CH3 methylamine 2 plus, and the fourth one Cu ethylene diamine 2 plus. Again the same thing here. All these are the remaining, these 1, 2 and 3. All these are the unidentate ligands, and this is the bidentate ligand. So this would be more stable. Isn't it? So this is more stable. NH2 NH2 means what? This is hydrazine, this is methylamine. So this is more stable due to chelation again. Third thing, third example you can take CuNH3 4 2 plus, then CuCl4 2 minus, CuBr4 2 minus, all the halogens we are taking, CuI4 2 minus. Now out of this, which one is more stable? Now remember here, all these are unidentate. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these are unidentate. So how do we decide that now? I made one video on the strength of the ligands here. So you'll have to know which one is more basic ligand. Okay. Because the basicity of the ligand decides the stability of the complex. So more basic ligand will form more stable complex. Out of these four, the most basic ligand here, it is ammonia. So the answer is this. Now how do we know that which one is more basic? Now I told you one trick here. That is XOX. If the donor ligands are halogens, oxygen or sulfur, so this will be weak field ligand or weak ligands. And if the ligand in ligand molecule, if the donor atoms like carbon, nitrogen or phosphorus, so these are the strong field ligand. I made one video on this also, strong field ligand, isn't it? So strong field ligand means the strong basis. So the strength of the ligand is decided by the basicity. More stronger bases are the stronger ligand. So in this case, this nitrogen is here. So here there is a nitrogen, which is a donor atom. So obviously this is the stronger ligand. So stronger ligand will form the more strong bond, and this complex, or the first example, that will be the most stable. Okay. Now remaining all these are the halogens. So these are the weak field ligands. So they will form less stable complexes compared to this. So in this way, you can decide the stability of the complex. In the next video, we'll talk about the crystal field stabilization in. Thank you.